Ask the Messenger's TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues such as mental illness, suicide, addiction, illness and disease, COVID-19 relief, crime, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, employment opportunities, healthcare, and more. And now, Ask the Messengers.
Today on Ask the Messengers, in our Doing Business in Detroit, we feature an exclusive interview with Hill Harper, who talks about his coffee shop in downtown Detroit and his passion for serving communities. Plus, interviews with Van Dyke Clothing President David Ross and fashion consultant Riel Spencer. Plus, we are super excited to talk with our author series host, Kimberly Mallory, along with Latia Matthews, who is the leading lady for Kim's upcoming movie, Silent Scream, which is inspired by true events from her own life. Silent Scream is set to premiere at the Riviera Cinema in Farmington on Saturday, July 13th at 6 p.m. Check her website for ticket information.
Join us as we celebrate the remarkable journey of Hill Harper, a powerhouse in Hollywood and beyond. From captivating performances on screen to inspiring works as an author and philanthropist, Hill Harper has left his mark on the world. With breakout roles in films like He's Got Game and CSI New York, Hill's talent knows no bounds. But he's more than just an actor. He's a best-selling author whose words have ignited change and empowerment in countless lives. Beyond his artistic endeavors, Hill is deeply committed to philanthropy, using his platform to uplift and empower communities in need. And recently, our show, Ask the Messengers, had the privilege of interviewing Hill Harper. Stay tuned as we delve into his journey, his insights, and the passion that drives him.
We are here with the man of the hour, and it is Hill Harper. I just want our viewers to know you as a person, your heart. And I see you at charity events like over and over and over again. I heard this man speak, and I mean, my heart melted. And I wanted you guys to know him the way that he's introduced himself to us. So tell our viewers a little bit about who you are, your heart.
Wow. Well, I'm Hill Harper, Democratic candidate for United States Senate here in Michigan. And I'm running to serve. I believe we have to redefine what the U.S. Senate is. It's a seat of service. And unless we are electing people that truly are putting people first and the interests of people, so many people across this state are really hurting. There's an affordability crisis, whether it's housing or food. There are people hurting because of healthcare costs. There are people hurting because of their auto insurance costs. I mean, there are so many people that are hurting. And a lot of times they don't feel that their federal representatives are actually doing anything for them. So I actually lead with my heart. That's one of the benefits, I think, of having been an actor. It's about an empathy. It's about walking in someone else's shoes. And so for me, this Senate seat is everyone walking in there with me. I said in there, it's the people's seat. I truly believe that. It's the seat of the people. It's not a politician's seat. And we all are going to walk in there together.
So you could have had this event, this venue in Royal Oak. You could have had it somewhere else. You're here in the heart. Where are we at?
We're at Baker's Keyboard.
Come on now.
World famous. It's legendary. Some of the greatest musicians in history have played and sung in that stage in this beautiful, quaint, small venue that has so much history.
Right. It's not just this. You support this area here, but you also support businesses.
Yeah.
How do you support that business infrastructure?
Well, we want to support businesses because those are the job creators. And if you're not actually supporting businesses in neighborhoods, then you can't create the jobs in the neighborhoods and you can't get the recirculation of the dollar. That's what creates a wealth effect, and it creates a vibrant ecosystem of a neighborhood. And so my goal is to always go into neighborhoods, support the businesses there, uplift them. The Detroit People's Food Co-op just opened yesterday. That's huge. But there's so many businesses. We're talking about in Flint, Muskegon, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Muskegon Heights, going over to Grand Rapids, going down to Benton Harbor, up to Traverse City,
I see
Marquette,
you. I see you.
St. Marie.
You're traveling. You're traveling, but you've started something here in Detroit, a business as well.
Oh, my business.
I want you to know. I want to know your business.
My business. I have a coffee shop in downtown Detroit.
So you're supporting Detroit.
I'm proud of my coffee shop downtown. I've owned it for 7 years.
Wow.
And here's the deal. Detroit's an 82% black city, but only 10% of the businesses downtown are black owned. That's a problem. That's a shame. I'm proud to be one of them, but we need more. We need resources coming back so folks can actually get a loan to open up a business. Because really what keeps businesses from opening is capital. Access to capital that's cheap enough that you can keep your doors open. And so part of what I want to do as a U.S. Senator is provide that access to capital to support small businesses, particularly but for groups that are underrepresented or undercapitalized.
Now, you had a saying, I was here listening to you motivate people about community. That's right. And I feel like Hill Harper is about community, you're about family. What was that saying you said at the end? You said, say it 3 times.
Together we thrive.
I want to say that with you. Are you ready?
I want to say together, you say we thrive. Together
we thrive.
Together
we thrive.
Together
we thrive.
Together we thrive, because if we do it together, we will always thrive. But it has to be together, because the only way we win is together. And I really mean that, because so many of us are working really hard and doing things in silos, but the way we scale the impact is to lock arms and do it together.
And I just want to thank you for coming on. This is a nonprofit TV show. Obviously, he's for the community. I've seen him at charity events where there are workers, people with past felonies, like just they're thriving with these programs. He's talking about them. He's there. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
All right, this is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers, and I'm going to tell you guys something. I am super, can I say super again? I am so excited about this segment right here. First and foremost, there is a movie that is about to happen, and I'm telling you, I'm going to cry. I'm so, I can't even really express how I'm feeling right now to be sitting next to Kim and her leading lady. And first of all, let me start here. So a few years ago, Kim came to us. She was a guest. We talked about her book, her life story. Then she became our author series host. She's interviewed several authors, powerful, motivating. And little did we know that she would be back here as a guest, not talking about her book, but talking about her movie. Kim, oh my God. Before I start crying and run my makeup, I forgot to put the waterproof on. Kim, thank you so much. Welcome to the show, face to face. Matter of fact, we did this on Zoom, so this is really priceless because now we're face to face. So, Kim, welcome to the show, and introduce your leading lady to us.
My leading lady is Latia Matthews. And she is such, oh my God, you guys will get to hear a little bit more about her as well. I mean, when I say God put this together, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, whoever's the casting did a really good job right here.
I was casting.
Good.
I was one of the casters. Yeah, so
let's talk about, you were on the show, you talked about the movie, you talked about your book, now it's a movie. Kim. Let's talk about that feeling first.
Okay, so, everybody knows about my book. Well, most of you that do know me, you know that I wrote a book, and it was inspired by God. God told me to write this book, and the reason why I wrote the book was so that I could heal. That's what God told me I was going to heal. He said, once you write that book, you're going to heal, then you're going to heal others. So through my book, God said it's going to be a movie one day. Okay, so 2020, 2021, 2022, and I'm like, okay, God, didn't you say 2024? And here we are. God has allowed me to be able to make a movie of my story, which is my book. And like I said, the leading lady, Latia, she killed her part. This lady literally took on my whole entire being when she made this movie. She puts all of her into it. And she'll tell you a little bit about how she came about being the leading lady of the movie, Silent Scream.
Yes, Latia. So let's talk to you for a moment. Now, you are a podcaster, you're in entertainment, you do things throughout journalism and media. So tell me how it felt when you How did you get the call? How did you even find out about the role that exists?
Okay, well, first I want to say thank you guys so much for having me on the show. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here. But I got the call. I am an actress as well. So I got the call, the director of the film and the producer, they contacted me and they like, hey, I want to say, can you come in? Do you have time to do a short film? And I'm like, yeah. They said, okay, because Teddy has been trying to contact you, and Teddy is the director. So I'm like, okay, well, let me call him. I called him, and he ran everything down to me. They sent me the script. I went in for a reading, and to my surprise, I don't even know how I knew the lines on, so fast. But I knew the lines. I went in, I killed it. I looked like her, and they were like, okay, this is it. And this was at the very last minute of right before filming, maybe a week or two right before filming. And I went in and, just did what I knew to do.
Wow. So let's go back to you, Kim. Now, you guys have been filming. You did the auditions. We made it through the audition. You got your cast. So now you're watching your story come to life. Share that moment.
Yes, and Tia just said, wow, because literally what happened when they were filming the different segments of my story, like I literally busted in tears because I was literally seeing my life flash back into my eyes of the terror and the horror that I went through, literally went through in real life. And so we had to literally take a break. And I'm gonna stop saying literally so much, but literally we had to take a break because I couldn't stop crying. It was just so powerful. The actors and the actresses that God placed in my movie were meant to be there. And I kid you not. Teddy Van Gogh, he is the director. He is the writer. He wrote my story from my book. And he also picked some powerful people to where they brought my story to life. And it was so much to life that I couldn't stop crying. But it was a healing, and it was a healing cry. It was a cry of joy, like, this is really happening.
So, Tia, I'm sure that being an actress, and because this story is about a woman who was at her lowest of lowest, how did you feel playing this younger version of someone else? How'd you feel? How do you even get ready for a role like that? Because that's emotional. So, and I know you may have seen it yourself, so now you playing it. So let's talk about that.
So to be honest with you, I am just now able to, since the trailer and everything dropped, I'm able to look back and say, wow, I did that. Because when I took on the role, I took on her entire energy. I don't know how I felt during that time. I can tell you how she felt because that's who I was being, So it wasn't really about me during that moment. But I know that when I came out of it, once we wrapped, I'm like, whoa, I went in deep. When I seen the trailer, it was parts of the trailer that I don't even remember filming because I had embodied her entire energy. So I don't even know how I felt, but like I said, I can tell you how she felt during every last one of those moments because it was like I was living it for real. It was like, okay, the cameras are here, but you're telling someone's a real, true story. And she's right here watching me, you better do this right.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you did it right. I have seen the trailer. I'm excited. I can't wait to show the trailer in a few seconds here. But best of everything to you. And I'm telling you, y'all, you sure this ain't your kid? Y'all just related, that's all.
Yep.
But anyway, Kim, tell the audience how they can see the film. And first of all, I wish we had more time to really get into it, but then that'll take away from people going to see it. Yeah. So y'all gonna see the trailer. Kim, tell us how they can see the movie, when, where, give the details, darling.
Okay, so I would love for everyone to come out and support this movie because the purpose of this movie is for healing the broken, to see that there's more addictions than just drugs that, you can actually be healed from, through God's grace and his mercy. So I want everyone to please come on out to the Riviera, and it's powered by Imagine, and it's in Farmington Hills on 9 Mile and Grand River. Please come out. VIP and the red carpet starts at 6 p.m. We're so excited because, for the VIP, you all, we're going to have food. We're going to have the red carpet. And, of course, the television show here, Ask the Messengers, they are going to be out there recording and taking pictures. And it's going to be live, like literally they're going to shoot the red carpet event. And so come on out. It's going to be July 13th. It's on a Saturday, and you can get your tickets from any of the cast members. If you know any of them, hit them up. They got tickets as well as Eventbrite. Go on Eventbrite. The tickets are $30 for regular admission, and VIP is $45. So come on out and support the movie.
I am so glad that you made it in today. How are you feeling, Kimberly?
To be honest with you, I don't really know how I feel.
Do not make light of the Lord's discipline. And do not lose heart when he rebukes you.
May I please be excused, Cheryl?
You know why you were here?
Fool, this is not a psychiatric hospital.
For the Lord disciplined the one he loves.
Daddy? Shut up, Kim.
I got something for you, Mom.
Before we end, just please allow me to thank the entire cast for their dedication and for their hard work through this movie. I mean, the movie just was smooth sailing, and I also want to thank the production team, Teddy Van Gogh and his entire team, for putting this together for me. So to the cast, I thank you. God bless all of you all, and may God bless each and every one of you all through this movie to really just be noticed and to be seen, because each and every cast member was powerful.
Hi, I am so excited to be here. You look at this beautiful atmosphere. Look at this store. Now, I am here with the owner, Mr. Ross. Obviously, he is a pillar of the community because he's actually supported the community with his business for over 80 years.
Yes.
Over 80 years?
80 years.
This is Dykes, okay? This is men's clothing, top of the line. Tell me a little bit, even the name, Dykes. How did you get that name? Nobody knows.
We started out on Van Dyke.
You started out on Van Dyke.
Started out on Van Dyke, and we used that name since 1940. We were Van Dyke Clothiers in the beginning. We became the next door shops in the late 60s and transitioned back into Van Dykes in the early 80s.
Now, that wasn't your father.
My grandfather started
His grandfather started
around
this
the
business.
World War II era. He was an immigrant, a tailor, cleaners. After a couple of years, his customers convinced him to turn into a clothing store.
Wow. And to me, that's the American dream. Do you know what I mean? Like starting your business, having it flourish. What was it like? Because obviously it was traumatic getting to this point. You know, you guys had a fire, you know, and you do a lot for the community. I've seen you do a lot for the community. That fire, what is it like right now, this feeling, this moment?
Well, it's the last year's been a little bit of a blur with the fire and then being closed down for 6 months, but we found a beautiful new location here in the Southfield Plaza. We'd invite everyone to please come see us here. We're right near Burlington. It's been a transitional year, but an exciting one, and everyone's looking forward to the future. We were very close to being closed, but...
And when I saw the fire, and I actually saw the fire on the news, you can even see it online. A lot of people go through traumatic experiences, but they don't lose like everything. You guys lost everything, and it wasn't just the fire. It was the soot that just took everything away. You just standing through that, like that moment, when that happened, did your heart sink? Did you think you would be here this day? What was going through your head?
Well, not too many good things, but we turned a lot of not so good things into some great things. We were able to repurpose all the clothing.
Wow.
Help the community and open up a beautiful new store in what probably is a better location. So it worked out for the best.
And I want you guys to know he does do things for the community. You want to support a business that does things in the community. What have you done? Like I know about you from churches. from men's programs. I actually interviewed someone, and it's a men's program, and that men's program supports families. You guys have been partnering with the community. Like that is amazing. So I just want to say thank you so much. Not just for keeping your business, you've also kept your employees, haven't you?
Yes.
You supported your employees even throughout those hard times.
We have 100% of our staff from before the fire, yeah.
Tell our viewers your name and how long you've been with the company.
Okay, so I'm Miss Riel Spencer, and I've been with the company a long time. Back when we was in Northland, I actually closed it down the last 4 or 5 years of Northland. So I want to say over the time, over 15 years.
Wow.
But I came back to the 10 Mile store. Mm-hmm. It's been about 3-4 years, I believe. But it's so long, I don't even count.
Now, let me tell you something. Like, I saw her working with customers. Like, your customer service is amazing.
You saw me?
I saw today. You're picking out stuff. I saw her today. She's like, wait a minute. I saw her today. And the way you piece together things, there's so much to choose from.
Right.
Like, there's not a training or anything like that. Like, what does this store have to offer? Like, what's different about this store than any other store?
Well, I'm glad you said it. Just like the customer who just came in here, he said, look, I got a wedding in like a few hours, and my suit just came in yesterday, and it was a short. So he had to get a quick suit.
What?
Immediately, I had to get him, and he's not only in the wedding, but he's the best man.
Oh, my goodness.
I got him out in a few minutes. After you do it so long, it's really easy. This is my gift.
It was so quick.
Thank you.
That was a wedding. You guys, I wish you could have seen her in her element. When I tell you, and it looked beautiful what you put together.
Thank
you. It was belt. It was like you could do shirts. You got ties, shoes. The shoes are phenomenal. I mean, you look down. You can a lot from a man's shoes. Look. So you don't just do like weddings. You do major events as well.
Weddings, big events. Funerals.
Wow.
When they first get their first job, lawyers,
oh my
teachers.
Goodness.
Suits is a costume. It's the next level, next chapter to me, it's just the top of a man costume.
Right. But you're with them through all their special moments.
Yeah.
Those weddings, those funerals, even the job to change their life. That's amazing.
You get involved. You really just want to make sure when they come back, like, did you get the interview? How was the wedding? And they tell you, it's the moments that they tell you, oh my God, I was so sharp. I got so many compliments. Even the guy who can't dress and you give him this new makeover, and he was like, I found the girl because of the suit you sold me.
What?
It's bigger than
you guys need to get here. You know what? On the count of 3, I want you to say it with me. Shop Van Dykes. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Shop Van Dykes.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to help support our show, please feel free to make a donation of any kind by visiting our show website, www.askthemessengers.org. If you prefer to mail donations, please make check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Ask the Messengers is the program that deals with things that help you. Thank you for watching.